Got it.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the MDI podcast for the NFL season upcoming. We are here with three of the most intelligent, insightful, seasoned veterans from not only MDI, but from NFL knowledge and wisdom. So actually those three were not available, but we have these three men. My name is Jim Ellis, and I am the impartial, fair-minded, unbiased host of this show about the NFL. So, of course, my first question will be about why you think the Miami Dolphins will win the Super Bowl. So, no, actually, we're going to get started with these three men with an introduction. Again, I'm Jim Ellis. I'm here in San Diego. Let's go around the globe here, at least around the nation. Let's start off in another part of San Diego. Mr. Michael Folks, here's what we want. We want a quick background football card. Ready? It's only three things. Your location, your favorite team, and what was your greatest play you ever made in your personal life in football? Your greatest football play personally. So, folks, you want to kick us off?
Okay, so I'm in northern San Diego in a city called Vista, and my favorite team is the Chiefs. Love Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And when I played Pop Warner, I scored 5 touchdowns in one game.
Oh, man.
Wow.
In one play. That's so let's go a little bit southeast in the southeast. And Mr. Leggett, you want to give us your football card?
Yep, Jeremy Leggett here, and I am in the Atlanta area, Cumming specifically, but since that's a suburb, we still call it Atlanta, because even Atlanta is 20 minutes from Atlanta. And my favorite team is the Atlanta Falcons. Pretty much all Atlanta sports runs up there. I'm a hometown boy for sure. And had a couple pick sixes. I played cornerback and middle linebacker, and so not necessarily one specific, but always taking it to the house was a treasure and a treat, and you got cheered on. So I'm complete.
Can we call you prime time now?
Yeah.
Right.
Dion.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We'll call you White. We'll call you White Dion.
Hilarious. So let's go a little further north on the East Coast. Who knows what team this gentleman likes? Mr. Labarge, what we got?
So I live in North Woodstock, New Hampshire, which is 3 hours north of Foxborough Gillette Stadium, which is about as far as anybody would want to be from there. And let's see, best NFL, well, the best football play was winning fantasy football 2 years ago. So
nice.
I was a soccer player.
Right on. You didn't play any football?
That's football.
Yeah, different. That's not why we're here, though.
FUT ball.
Sure, I played football. Like the one of our teachers was athletic. Like he was the alpha guy, and I went deep and caught this 80-yard bomb. That was probably my best play. Playing
Nice.
in the
Right on. Thanks, Lavarge. So for me, I'm Jim Ellis. I'm in San Diego, so Southern California, and my favorite team ever since the longest game ever played, which was the Chiefs and the Dolphins in 1971 on Christmas Day. Been a big Dolphin fan. Haven't quit yet. So I think the play that I remember that comes to mind right now is I was, of course, it's like 4th grade or 5th grade, right? That's what comes to mind when I think of my career in football. And it was it was a screenplay. I was playing defense. It was a screenplay, and I totally read it, man. Oh, I know where he's going to throw it, and I know I'm going to be there. And I was there. I tipped it, grabbed it. Yeah, pick 6 right there. So That's a good memory. So this is a open forum, man. Yeah, we did a little structure right there. I have a couple questions, but it's wide open in case you just want to go free for all. But I do have a first question about who do you think, and this is popcorn, whoever wants to start, who are the top 3 elite quarterbacks in football right now, and why is having a great quarterback important for a team? So who do you think the 3 are? Whoever wants to start.
Oh, this is folks. I'll go Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
I think Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Those are the 3. And I think that I think that position is just so important because they run the offense, but it's that position that can kind of pull stuff out of their can create plays that don't exist, or make plays go longer when it breaks down. And like those three quarterbacks are masters of making something happen when it's needed, right? So complete.
Awesome.
So I've got some opinions here, and I'm just going to poke at your rationale there, folks. I think a question like this, we're looking at past performance, right? And what did I see? Lamar Jackson was injured last year. So while he is elite in terms of talent, what he's capable of doing on the field, it's most required that he be there. Definitely Patrick Mahomes and his ability to improvise. I would say that he's elite up there. And then I have trouble picking between Jalen Hurts of Philadelphia Eagles, or
that's
Josh
right,
Allen.
Jalen Hurts. Okay, I missed that one. Okay.
Yeah. So it's obvious that Jalen Hurts has the talent to take an offense, put it on his back, and ride him all the way to the Super Bowl. And maybe he can even win one.
Right on.
Well, I'll jump in
Those are
there.
my
I got Patrick Mahomes at the top for sure. I mean, just because he's been there, done it. He's proved he's the best. It's like, as far as it's playing right now, he's probably the GOAT that's still active, right? And until he gets knocked off, that's probably where I'm going to lean to. And I'm going to add, I like Joe Burrow too. And then Josh Allen with my 3rd pick, right? So, and for me, it's all about the ones that they want the ball, right? They know they want to take it. They're in charge of it. They command it. Their team follows them. The team makes them win. And all the men are invested in their success. And so they don't seem to shy away from it. The improvisation and the willingness to say, hey, give me the ball. I want the ball. We need to score. I'm going to go get it, and then relying on their teammates to do their jobs is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I have to say that with Joe Burrow, one of the things I think that makes him one of the top 3 is he has not had like a decent line in the last 2 years, right? So we're talking about this guy's probably been sacked, the most of any team, any quarterback that's been in the playoffs in the last 2 years. However, that dude is tough, and he finds a way to like make shit happen. So, he's different than Mahomes. He still has that magic of making stuff happen and, getting his team, pulling out wins. So with a crappy line, so.
Right. I love what Leggett said about Mahomes, about wanting the ball. Oh no, maybe about Josh Allen, but wanting the ball, right? So I watched the documentary called Quarterback on Netflix, and what's great about that is you might have seen Mahomes playing from afar, on the TV when he's limping around, with a sprained ankle. But with this documentary, you're like right in his, your ears right there, listening and watching him up close. This guy gets injured and he's like, I'm good. A little denial there, but the guy is fired up. He needs the ball. He needs to win. He knows he can do it. The confidence levels over the top. Talk about not having doubt, right? So he's the man that you want the ball. I'm also glad that Josh Allen wants the ball, because every once in a while, at the opportune time, he completely fucks up, which is
Yeah.
awesome. As a Dolphin fan, to watch a Bill, screw that up, that's good.
And I would foresee that Josh Allen, if he keeps running, he's bound to get hurt. I mean, all things come answer to gravity, and he runs it so often that especially near the goal line that's a risk.
With Josh Allen, I guess there's two issues. One is I think since his offensive coordinator left, he's not the same, and then also that elbow injury that he suffered.
Right.
I think I'm interested to see how he comes back from that. Is he going to be at full strength? Will he still have that velocity? So I mean, that's the reason why I didn't pick him in the top three. And Jalen Hurts was a brain fart on my part, because obviously I think next to Patrick Mahomes right now, he's probably the second best quarterback. But to your point on Lamar Jackson, up until he got hurt, and let's face it, any one of these quarterbacks, that's going to be an issue, is keeping them upright through an 18-game season plus playoffs. I think he was leading the league and was an MVP candidate up until the point he got hurt. And the worst part about him getting hurt was, it wasn't like because he was scrambling, it was because he was in the pocket. So hopefully he will have better protection this year. But he's one of those guys that kind of has that Patrick Mahomes and kind of GOAT magic. I'll put you on my back and take you to the homeland kind of ability.
That's great. So thanks for that. Yeah, all you men are very insightful about all this stuff, more than I am. I just kind of pay attention to one team mostly, and one division. So speaking about divisions, before we go to look at all the divisions and see your predictions, is there any topic that anyone wants to cover? I don't know, Labarge, did you have a certain topic that you wanted to cover, or no, we just move along?
I looked at it was a list of quarterbacks and coach duos. So the two of them together, and how they compare to, say, what the predictions are for that team this season.
I wonder why you would bring that topic up. Have anything to do with a guy named Belichick? Or
It helps.
Yeah. Anyone have any thoughts on that topic?
Well, I mean, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes right now is probably one of the best quarterback to coach duo. I mean, I don't see the Patriots doing much this year, because I just don't think they have the weapons. I think last year Belichick screwed the pooch by trying to put a defensive coordinator in there, and I think it took their quarterback back, because I think actually Mac Jones is actually a serviceable quarterback and could take them to a Super Bowl if they had the pieces around them.
Yeah, I think Brady and the Buccaneers proved that who
Right.
Mac wasn't Belichick.
What do you think about that,
Oh
Labarge?
boy, here we go.
Say it, Labarge.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
No real defense on that, Labarge. Just letting that go. Okay.
Well, geez, how far do we want to go down this rabbit hole?
Not very far.
Because there's Bill Belichick, the coach, then there's Bill Belichick, the accountant, then there's Bill Belichick, who's the talent evaluator. And when Brady retired and we picked up Superman, I forget his name, as quarterback, that was a mistake.
Newton.
Yeah, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
he was not there for the future. He was a stopgap measure. And while the season started pretty okay, things the wheels came off. So clearly they were a team in transition. Also their defense kind of fell off. We're talking, 2020 here, Patriots 2020. But people will point to an off season last year where they had terrible offensive line play. There was a lot more meat on the bones as far as the running game is concerned, because they do have talent. But the offense was,
Okay.
organized like a defensive coordinator might.
Yeah.
And they were one game out of the playoffs.
All right.
They were
So-
one game out of the playoffs.
Okay.
After
Right.
the topsy-turvy game that they, lost to the Bills, where they, Nines scored 3 kickoff returns for touchdowns. The freak ending for Las Vegas,
That was beautiful.
and the game against the Vikings, where the Patriots were in it. And I believe that you are what the schedule says you are, what
Okay.
your
All right.
record is.
All right. So that
But-
was a lot of, it must be tough for a New England fan to not have much to talk about.
So
But you did in the past. So Leggett and folks, talk about real briefly the fact that Brady went to a new team and won the Super Bowl, and Labarge quiet. Go ahead. I mean, what's that about? Right?
Well, I think 2 things. One, he, similar to, he went to a team that had the pieces to make it to a Super Bowl, and what they were missing was a quarterback. And he was paired with a good offensive minded coach, and offensive coordinator that were able to make it work. And I think everything fell in place. So, I mean, I think it's a credit to Brady and his ability, as well as, the Bucks, having the pieces, there to be able to take a team to the Super Bowl. And, to some extent, they actually overperformed. You know what I mean? Because there was a point there where I don't think people thought that the Bucks were going to make it, and they peaked at the right time towards the end of the season into the playoffs. And when you have somebody like Brady, who's been there, been quarterbacking for 25 years, he just brings a whole lot of knowledge that other quarterbacks and teams, just don't have.
Right. So Leggett, anything else besides ha 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 on that one, or do you have anything?
I think that a lot of what folks said is accurate, but also the poor play in the NFC South historically also helped the Bucks. So I mean, it's never the same winner once and twice in a row, hardly ever. Maybe the Saints have done it once, and maybe the Bucks did it once, but we haven't done it. And who knows who it's going to be this year? But I think them automatically making the playoffs because of the NFC South's poor play helped, right? And then, like you said, they got hot at the right time, and when your team's poised for something and you put that special sauce on top of it, then it just seems to work. And
Awesome.
and they got lucky.
All right.
It's a little
So
bit of luck.
can you men see this right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do. And I don't know how well you know all the divisions, but still you're going to do your picks, because guess what? We're going to go through a season. At the end of the season, we're going to check this out. So let us know. Let's start with folks. Can you go through the different AFC teams, and then we'll do the NFC next, AFC divisions. Who's going to win each of those divisions?
Okay, so I think in AFC South, I think it's going to be Tennessee, because I think they're going to be, their quarterback will be healthy, and also their running back will be healthy. So I think it's kind of up in the air with the rest of them. It's Houston's got a new coach and a new quarterback. Same thing with the Colts, starting a rookie quarterback, and then with Jacksonville, I guess I don't know. Is that Trevor Lawrence? Is Jacksonville, or I can't remember.
Yeah,
it is.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, right. So Trevor Lawrence, I
Oh,
think.
right.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. So I think, to me, Tennessee's the most. To me, is the most solid pick. I think, that the Jaguars could possibly be there, but I think that's the safe bet is Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then in AFC East, God, that's going to be a tough one. I mean, put it this way: there's outside of the Patriots, there's three teams that could easily win it. Obviously, the Jets, if everything kind of comes together, a la the Bucks magic kind of a thing. The Bills should be really good, and then I think you can't really sleep on the Dolphins, but I guess right now I'm going to pick. I think I'm going to pick the Dolphins. I think as long as we can keep Tua healthy, they got three of the fastest. They have three of the fastest humans in the NFL there, and I think that speed's going to make a difference.
All right, so we'll end on that note. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. No, so
let me just finish up. So AFC West.
If you could be more laser, that'd be great, just for time.
Yeah, AFC West will be Kansas City. I think that's be a tough league, but yeah, I think Kansas City is just heads and shoulders over it. The other teams, even the Chargers. And then lastly, I know this is going to be a shocker, but NFC North. NFC North is going to be interesting, I think, because all those teams are very capable. But I am going with the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson to win that league.
Awesome. Yep. All right. Thank you, sir. So Labarge, if you could, just because of time's sake, if you could just kind of focus in and just give us your team, maybe a sentence or two.
All right. So AFC South, I think it's the Jags. They were coming on big at the end of last season. After that, the Titans because of their awesome defense, and then Houston and the Colts. Who cares? Let's see. I would switch Buffalo and Miami, so Buffalo would be first, Miami second, because I don't expect to last the whole season, and I expect the Jets to implode. There, I said it. I also expect Buffalo to lose in the AFC Championship game again. None of those teams have a history of winning. Only one team has a history.
All right.
Anyway, AFC West is pretty straightforward. I think it's Chiefs, Chargers, and then Broncos and Raiders. And I think Cincinnati's going to sneak into the first place. Then Baltimore, then Pittsburgh, and Cleveland is just a wreck. Okay.
All right. Those
are my picks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And all due respect to the Patriots. I know I pick on them, but all due respect. All right. Leggett, what do you got for the AFC? Oh, yeah. Unmute.
AFC South, I'm going to go with the Jaguars. I, too, think they were on the rise last year, and I think Trevor Lawrence is a highly capable quarterback, and I think he's going to have another leap forward in his understanding of the game and picking up the speed of the game and just, being able to play. I put the Titans in there second just because Derrick Henry's just monster, right? I'm going to go Buffalo Bills in the East. I don't think Tua is going to stay healthy all year, even though he's been taking ballet or whatever it is to learn how to fall.
Jiu-jitsu.
Whatever it is. It's kind of like a punch drunk fighter at some point, when do you say no? Enough is enough? How many times are you going to get hit? And it's not anything about him. It's just I think he's probably making a mistake to continue to play the game of football. I'm going to go Chiefs in the West for sure. I'm gonna put the Chief. I had the back up to the East. I got the Jets second in the East. I think somehow they're gonna have a little bit of magic, but not quite enough to pull out the East. I'm gonna go second with the Broncos in the West. I think that Russell Wilson's gonna have a resurgence, and
A bounce back.
a bounce back for sure.
Yeah.
And then in the
Yeah.
AFC North, I'm gonna go with the Cincinnati Bengals. And second would be the Ravens. And the only thing that I wouldn't put the Ravens ahead is because even though they added a couple of receivers, like still it can't rest all on Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Complete.
Great. So I'm just gonna rattle off some names here. Jaguars in the South, Dolphins in the East, Chiefs in the West. Who knows why? And Bengals in the AFC North, mostly because of the quarterback in the last two that I mentioned. All right. So just one. I just want to hear one team name from each man here. Which team is going to the Super Bowl? Just say one team name. Folks, what do you got?
God, that's tough. I'm just gonna go with the Chiefs.
All right. Labarge?
Chiefs. If I had to bet my money, it would be on the Chiefs.
Leggett?
I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get it done.
Actually, I gotta admit, yeah.
They
I got
don't
the
know
Bills.
how.
Yeah, I know. I got the Bills too because Allen is a beast. All right, so we're gonna move over to the NFC. So folks, if you could laser these, NFC, South, East, West.
Okay, NFC South, I think it's going to be the Saints. I think they're the strongest team. NFC East will definitely be the Eagles. No doubt about it. Cowboys second, maybe. NFC West, I really think it's San Francisco, as long as they can keep their quarterback healthy. Like any quarterback healthy, actually.
Yeah.
And then the NFC North, man, this is truly the black and blue division, but I don't know. Right now, my feelings it should be the Green Bay Packers followed by the Lions. Complete.
Wow, cool. Interesting. Labarge.
Okay. NFC South. Saints, and then I'm betting the Falcons have a good rookie quarterback. So I think they'll show up strong, and then Panthers, and then Bucks. For the West, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
East. It's East.
Yeah. What did I say?
West.
You said West.
Oh, well, I doubt that the Eagles are going to win the West. But I do think that the 49ers, then Seahawks, then Rams, and then the lowly Cardinals. And NFC North, I'm rooting for the Detroit Lions.
Yep.
They're kind of underdog. I like their scrappiness, and they've two new running backs that I'm excited to see how they use them. So after that, it's going to be Packers, Bears. Oh no, wait. Vikings, Packers, Bears.
Okay. Right on. Hey, Leggett, what do you think?
So I really, really, really want the Falcons to win the NFC South, but I think the Saints will. I think they're more rounded and more seasoned, and probably will have a more consistent offering for the year. I do think the Falcons will make the playoffs through the wild card, but I think they'll get put out. I got the Eagles in the East for sure. I got the 49ers in the West, and I'm gonna go second in the West I'm gonna go with the Rams, because I think that Stafford's gonna get hurt and go out, and they're gonna put Stetson Bennett in, and Stetson Bennett's gonna show out for a little bit, and they might get lucky and get second in there. And then in the North, I'm going to go with Justin Fields finally figuring his stuff out, and I'm gonna go with the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. Right on. Right on. So for me, I got NFC South, the Saints. NFC East, I've got the Eagles. In the NFC West, I'm going 49ers. And I too, NFC North, there's something about the Lions this year. I don't know what it is, but
Call it a hunch.
yeah, just a hunch, just the way they've been in the past, and just of course they're going to blow it and towards the end. I don't know. It's one of the only teams that hasn't made the Super Bowl, and they're one of the older teams too. So anyway, I think it's their time. Well, that's awesome. And this has been recorded. I'm going to stop share there. And as far as the divisions are, so it has been recorded. I'm going to type it up as well. So we'll have that available. It'll be fun to see at the end of the year how y'all did. I like that you picked second and third place too. That was awesome. So we're going to complete with a little competition.
Hold on, I just wanted to add
Okay.
49ers.
Oh,
They
yes,
went overall.
Thank you.
I'm calling the 49ers.
Thank you, Labarge. So NFC, who's going to the Super Bowl? And from the NFC, I hope you can remember the teams. And then who's going to win it? Labarge, did you just announce your prediction?
49ers.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm going Eagles. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They lost. They want to get back. But I still
It's gonna be hard to do that.
then I say they lose to the Bills in the Super Bowl.
I would say the Eagles, and I actually think this year they're going to win it. I think they got the experience. So I think it's this year's their time.
They do have a boatload of Georgia players on there, so I
Hell yeah!
can't help but root for that.
Can't lose there.
Rooting for laundry.
They have an even stronger defense now, so I think that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, I got the Eagles as well. The end of that Super Bowl last year, that was bitter. That was a bitter pill. And as long as the refs don't get in the way, it should be be good. Plus, I think there's been a lot of teams. Would you agree that they get the taste of the Super Bowl and then they come back and they grab it? It's happened a few times at least. So I'm thinking Eagles. Okay. Thank you, Labarge, for watching my back on that one.
Yep.
So we have the full predictions down now. I'm just going to complete because I think, we're at 34 minutes, but we're going to complete with a little competition. Okay, you men ready? I have a quiz from last year's stats.
Oh, geez.
All right.
Okay.
So, no Googling, no bring up your NFL.com right now. So just verbally, just say it as soon as you got it. What quarterback led the league in passing yards?
Kirk Cousins.
Ooh, good guess.
Quicker. Come on. Lavarge, what do you got? Which quarterback led the league in passing yards?
It wasn't Garoppolo.
Okay, you're done. Folks.
Joe Burrow.
Okay, so it was Mahomes, 5,250 yards.
Okay.
Listen to this. Who led the AFC? Okay, AFC. Which quarterback in the AFC led the league in passer rating?
Mahomes.
That's a great guess. Anyone else?
It wasn't Allen.
Anyone else want to guess?
I'm not going to say Tua.
Okay,
I'm not going to.
I don't have a guess.
All right, it was Tua.
I'm not going to say it.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? All right,
Nope.
real quick. What running back? Okay, running back led the entire league in rushing.
Oh, I was Jacobs. Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs was right. 1,653. Okay, three more. What receiver had the most receptions and yards in the whole league? What receiver had the most receptions and yards?
Jefferson.
That's it. Which team?
Has to be.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Very good. 128 for 1,809. Of course, this year there'll be a 2,000-yard receiver this year, of course. Okay.
Yeah, one of my persons in our fantasy league got Jefferson on a keeper in the 7th round. We're like,
all right. Here's a tough one. Who had the most amount of sacks? What defensive player had the most amount of sacks last year?
Uche?
Nope.
Ken Jones. Or was it the guy for the Chiefs, Jones?
Nope.
Guy from the Rams?
It was 49er, right? 49er? Yeah, 49er.
Oh, Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa.
Joey
It's-
Bosa?
Name's Nick, but yeah, both.
Nick Bosa. Well, there's two of them, right? So
Yeah.
you get them confused.
Right on.
Right.
And for a bonus, who has the most amount of sacks ever in a season? Who has the most amount of sacks?
Reggie White?
No, and the bonus part of that is who let him sack him in the last game? The answer it was
From Green Bay.
Michael Strahan, and yeah, the Green Bay quarterback, right?
He just sat there.
He just sat right down. All right. So last question: who got the most amount so far? Who's winning right now? I think we got.
Patriots.
Barges.
All right, large. So, all right. Here's the last question. This is worth 5 million points. All right. We'll just go around. What player in NFL history has had the biggest ego?
The biggest.
Stephon Diggs.
No.
Chad Ocho
Prime
Cinco.
time. Deion Sanders.
Oh, we're saying any time?
Yeah, anytime.
I think
Antonio
There's
Brown.
so many.
Antonio Brown might be up there. He's a mess.
I just Brown, the way he ended his career, that was classic. He just took
Oh
off.
yeah.
Who's the one who wrote the book called "Throw Me the Damn Ball"? Remember, I can remember. He played for the Jets.
Ocho Cinco had a huge ego, but it wasn't like bad on him. You know, it was like it was
Yeah.
all fun, and it was like bringing some notoriety to the game and like having a good time with it. So he was kind of about him, but like the fact that he had all these different outfits and changed his name all the time, the ego had to be massive, right?
Yeah.
Well, Michael Irving, right? I mean,
Terrell Owens is another one
yeah, Terrell Owens, yeah.
doing sit-ups
Yeah.
in the driveway to the
Remember-
media.
Did you ever see that YouTube video where Ocho Cinco tries to block Ray Lewis? He tries to block Ray Lewis in the end zone, and it just like hitting a wall. He thought, "Oh, I'm going to blindside Ray," and he bashes into him, and it just goes down like flat. And he goes, "I made a mistake. I hit Ray. I hit Ray." Anyway, anything else, Ben, before we complete? Thanks for being a part of our show, MDI's first podcast with the topic of NFL season upcoming. Anything else you want to say before we complete?
Well, I have a question for the panel. Is just with all these little holdouts that are going on, do you think that some of these will settle, or some of these guys are going to be waiting for a while?
Yeah, especially at running back, right?
Yeah. Well, you got a couple guys holding out, like Nick Bosa's holding out, and the guy in Kansas City defensive their defensive line guy that is a monster. He wants, big money. Yeah, and then obviously the stuff with the running backs, right? Like, with the Jonathan Smith, the guy from the Colts, and a few others, right?
Jonathan Taylor, yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. That's his. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think they should be paid, and they should play.
yeah.
I agree.
They're out there bruising themselves and killing their bodies. Like they deserve the money, and nobody. I mean, they sell the jerseys. So
Absolutely. Yeah, these people are earning a living. I'm definitely on the side of the players.
Right on. Cool. All right. Anything else to complete? Anyone got anything?
I want to know, Leggett, what you think of Bryce Young, your new rookie quarterback. Any predictions?
well, I mean, he's from Tuscaloosa, came from Tuscaloosa, so it's not going to work for Georgia fans. I wish him all the best, as long as he doesn't beat us. And I can't get behind it. I'd rather see Stetson do better.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Who's the quarterback for
We're in Alabama haters territory for sure.
Okay.
For sure, they can't even get past it. It's never going to be a thing. So
No wonder you're against Mac Jones.
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna complete here. Thank you, men. Thank you, sports fans. Mentor, Discover, Inspire, Legacy Magazine. That's where we're from. And but we're all those just, men having fun with sports and NFL. Thank you, men, for being part of this event. We'll do it again, and we'll check out the results at the end of this year. Thank you, men.